Between the untamed mangrove forests of Benin and Nigeria, a silent yet devastating battle is unfolding. This is not a conflict of guns or ethnic strife, but a sophisticated criminal network where oil rats stealthily siphon millions of liters of crude oil from the earth to sell like black blood dripping from Africa's wounds. Behind the shadows of this operation lie environmental devastation, governmental corruption, and immense profits capable of corrupting even the most steadfast souls. So, what makes this issue so severe? Let's dive into the details to uncover the truth. Thank you for joining us. The scope of oil theft and smuggling in Benin and Nigeria. The theft and smuggling of crude oil in Benin and Nigeria have far surpassed the scale of ordinary criminal acts. This is not just a local issue but a transnational crime network involving various societal groups. From impoverished farmers and fishermen to highly educated individuals and even employees within the oil industry. These criminal groups have developed a highly organized and technically advanced system, making detection and enforcement incredibly challenging. Often referred to as oil rats, these groups earn their nickname for their stealth, agility, and the destruction they bring. The sophisticated process of oil theft. Stealing crude oil is not a simple act but a meticulously planned, multi-step operation. Strategic locations. Pipelines are often targeted in remote areas like mangrove forests, where surveillance is minimal, and activities are easily concealed. Insider knowledge. Criminal groups rely on insider information or keen observation to identify vulnerable targets. Bribery. Security personnel or pipeline managers are frequently bribed to provide information or covert support. Equipment and transport. Using small motorized boats, they access pipelines and deploy specialized pumps to siphon crude oil into mobile storage tanks. Transshipment. The stolen oil is then transferred from small boats to larger vessels for long-distance transportation, often by sea. Disguises. These vessels are often camouflaged or legally registered to evade detection. Night operations. Most activities occur at night to reduce the risk of exposure, with bribes to law enforcement ensuring uninterrupted operations. Environmental and safety hazards. The stolen crude oil is often refined manually into gasoline at secret facilities. This illegal process poses significant environmental and safety risks. Unsafe refining. These facilities, typically hidden deep in forests, use makeshift equipment in unsafe conditions. Toxic waste. Waste products, including sludge and harmful chemicals, are discharged directly into the environment without treatment. Health hazards. Toxic substances contaminate groundwater and soil, endangering local populations and ecosystems. Mangrove destruction. Mangrove forests, where these activities frequently occur, are cleared to set up illegal refining sites, causing irreversible damage. The lure of profits. Oil smuggling generates immense profits, attracting both the impoverished and opportunists alike. A small boat carrying 5,000 liters of crude oil can yield $2,500, 17,600 yuan, in just 10 minutes. Larger vessels can increase profits tenfold. Smuggling income is 4 to 5 times higher than the average earnings of citizens in Benin, making it an alluring escape from poverty despite the risks. Government corruption and inefficiency. Corruption and inefficiency within governments exacerbate the problem. Nigeria, Africa's largest oil producer, is criticized for its inability to manage its oil sector effectively. Widespread corruption dilutes enforcement efforts. While Benin is not an oil-producing nation, it benefits from smuggled fuel, generating over $40 million annually in taxes on smuggled gasoline. This incentivizes the government to turn a blind eye. Consequences of oil theft. The impacts of oil theft and smuggling are severe and far-reaching. Environmental pollution. Affected areas face severe contamination of soil, water, and air. Health risks. Local communities suffer from exposure to toxic chemicals. Accidents. Unsafe transport and refining methods increase the likelihood of accidents like fires and explosions, leading to loss of life and property. Economic stagnation. This issue stifles economic development, deterring investment in sustainable growth in both Benin and Nigeria. Challenges in combating oil theft. Despite numerous efforts, progress remains limited. Environmental activists collaborate with religious leaders to raise public awareness. Traditional practices, such as voodoo, are employed to educate and persuade communities to abandon these activities. However, many initiatives face obstacles due to lack of support from authorities. The call for sustainable solutions. The theft and smuggling of crude oil in Benin and Nigeria highlight not only environmental and economic challenges but also the failure of governance and societal ethics. A sustainable solution is essential to end this crisis before the wounds from this black blood become irreparable scars. The elder of the Mongolian nomadic tribe and the battle for survival in the modern world. Amid the vast steppes of Mongolia, where nature is both a source of life and a relentless challenge, Elder Purif Shafu leads 10 nomadic families on a 400-kilometer journey to reach the warm spring pastures. However, before their departure, a seemingly minor incident occurs. His phone runs out of battery, cutting off his communication with other nomads. In modern life, even nomads cannot completely detach themselves from technology, and this is only the beginning of the challenges ahead. The journey is anything but easy. A sudden snowstorm descends, blanketing the steppes in thick snow, turning every step into a harsh trial. Purif Shafu places his trust in his young son, Batel, assigning him the crucial task of transporting heavy equipment and supplies to a point 150 kilometers away. Yet behind Purif's resilient exterior lies a deep worry: do children like Batel still cherish the nomadic way of life? The tribe is dwindling. Most children attend boarding schools, the elderly and infirm choose to remain in town, leaving only the determined few to continue the traditional migratory lifestyle. Purif Shafu despises town life, likening it to a prison, where freedom, the most precious value to nomads, is stifled. During a visit to an old friend, a former soldier turned village film archivist, Purif reminisces about the time when Mongolians supported Russia during World War II. Old black-and-white footage shows camel caravans carrying supplies, fur, and precious metals to the front lines, a testament to their ancestors' enduring contributions. Yet, painfully, the nomadic way of migration back then and now remains largely unchanged, a sign that their lives are still bound by similar, if not greater, hardships. Batel, Purif's young son, dreams of working in the city. The education system in the steppes is severely lacking, with no teachers willing to live among the nomads. He hopes to earn enough money to provide his 7 children with an education, offering them a chance to escape the life his father has endured. But at what cost? Will the younger generation lose their deep connection to nature and tradition? Today, nomads face a host of challenges: dwindling pastures, increasingly lengthy migrations, and heavy taxes adding to the burden. Purif Shafu believes that young people are gradually losing the skills necessary to survive in nature, threatening not only the nomadic way of life but also the cultural identity of their people. Purif Shafu's life vividly illustrates what Mongolia's nomadic communities are grappling with: the trials of a new era, the tension between preserving tradition and embracing modernization, and, above all, the indomitable spirit of those who remain steadfast to their homeland. The Mongolian steppes remain vast, but is there still room for nomads in a world that changes by the day? Carry the elephant and the lesson of survival in the Mount Elgon ecosystem. In the Mount Elgon region of Kenya, elephants are not only symbols of majesty but also play a critical role in sustaining the ecosystem. Among these, the story of a person seeking Carry the elephant, an emblematic creature of this landscape, marks the beginning of a journey that highlights the indispensable role of elephants and a call for peaceful coexistence between humans and nature. The wounds of nature. Poaching is not merely an act of destruction, it leaves scars on the environment that never heal. One of the most heartbreaking images is that of elephants slaughtered for their tusks, their bodies brutally desecrated. This not only diminishes elephant populations but also disrupts the delicate structure of ecosystems that depend on their presence. In 2016, Kenya burned a massive stockpile of confiscated ivory to send a powerful message: the ivory trade must end to halt poaching. This action was aimed not only at protecting elephants but also at saving the forest ecosystems they sustain. Elephants, the silent architects of nature. Elephants are more than just large animals, they are the architects of the forest, capable of shaping and sustaining life. As they move, elephants consume hundreds of kilograms of food daily and disperse seeds through their dung, promoting vegetation growth. Additionally, elephants' biological activities help regulate the climate. By releasing moisture from their bodies, they contribute to maintaining natural water cycles, stabilizing the environment for other species. Symbiosis in the ecosystem. The Mount Elgon ecosystem is a complex web of life where each species contributes to the overall balance. Predators regulate populations, preventing environmental overloading. Bats and nectar-feeding birds pollinate plants, supporting forest regeneration. Elephants, in particular, not only disperse seeds but also frequently visit mineral-rich caves like Kimum Cave to supplement their diet. This behavior is vital for their health and the sustainability of the food chain. A call from the Mount Elgon ecosystem. Given the significant roles elephants play, this article underscores the importance of protecting these animals. Human actions, from poaching to resource exploitation, are pushing elephants and many other species to the brink of extinction. To protect the environment, humanity must learn to live in harmony with nature and respect the creatures that maintain the planet's balance. Harmony for coexistence. Elephants are at the heart of the Mount Elgon ecosystem, but their survival is under threat. Protecting elephants is not only an act of compassion but also a means of preserving the ecosystem. A sustainable future requires us to coexist peacefully with nature, allowing elephants to continue their role as the silent architects of forests and sustain life on Earth.